Hi, and welcome to Decoding Helix episode number 18. My name's Sabin, I'm your host, and right after this short intro, we're gonna dive right in. Before we get stuck into the heart of today's content, I just wanted to share with you a quote that I found on my travels on the interwebs, and it was funny because I found this quote on a bad day. I was having a personal bad day, as we all do, and this it just stuck out, and it kind of struck me to like right upside the head and really helped me to focus. The quote goes like this: risk or lose the chance. Now, all I was able to find was that it's, a high-end fashion brand somewhere in the States. I didn't dive right into where exactly in the States and all that kind of stuff because, to be honest, I'm not really that interested. What I was interested in was to try and find out who the originator of the quote was, but I wasn't able to do that. However, I hope that this quote is going to be able to help you next time you kind of need to center yourself a little bit. In business, you know that you're going to be taking risks. Whether they're small calculated risk, whether they're big calculated risks. Either way, it's one of those things that's just going to come back and bite you. And you know what? Chances are, if you don't take any risks at all, you shouldn't be in business. Okay? And you're going to find it tough to just live a normal everyday life. If you look at statistics, they're enough to, frighten you most days. But look, all that to say that if you're ever wondering whether you should go for something or whether you shouldn't, it's up to you. But if you don't take a risk, you will never know how it could have panned out for you. So I thought that it was an interesting quote. I know it's not many words or anything like that, but again, to me, it really left a bit of an impression. And I thought I'd share it with you because hopefully it's going to be able to help you next time you're going through, a should I or shouldn't I sort of scenario, especially when it comes to your business. Now, the meat of today's, podcast is going to be around how you can actually get your Instagram and your Facebook page to get ranked on Google. It's something that, might interest a whole ton of you out there, and here is how you do it. Now, I'm going to give you this information away for free, even though it is actually quite valuable. And I hope you put it into practice, and I hope that you're going to be able to figure out how to do this. Now, it's very easy, actually, and so I'm going to, stop babbling about it and just give it to you. So here it is. If you're on your Facebook or Instagram page and there is the About section, and there's also the Your Story section, in those two fields, what you want to do is you want to use keywords, okay? And not just keywords, but also long tail keywords. So inside the story that you're weaving, as far as your About section and your Story section and anything that is descriptive about your business, what you want to do is you want to put keywords in there that are associated with your business, especially if you're targeting a specific area, so a specific city that you might be living in or, anything like that. You definitely want to have those kinds of things in there. So if you go on Google, for instance, if you're in Australia, I'm not sure if it's the same sort of thing over in the States, if you're listening there, or even in England, if you're listening there. Much appreciated, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. I hope it's helpful to you. But let's continue with my story. All you have to do is pretty much go into Google. Now, one of the biggest things that I found on Google recently that really works for businesses is the keyword of, say, good Italian restaurant near me. Those words, near me, are keywords, okay? Or close by, or stuff like that. So look at Google, use Google as a tool for keywords Okay, if you don't know this little basic thing, then you're welcome. But if you do know it and you haven't been using it, which is something that quite a lot of people tend to ignore, Google generates a whole bunch of keywords for you. So you start typing in restaurant, and you're gonna see a list start to come up right beneath that, or any other sort of keyword, mechanic, or car dealer, or anything like that. You're going to find that there's a list of keywords that start popping up. Some of those are keywords, some of those are long tail keywords. Pop those keywords very strategically inside your story or your about section. When you start doing that, what you're going to see is that anytime somebody searches, for example, good Italian restaurant in Parramatta, or good Italian restaurant in Perth, or whatever that example is. It doesn't have to be a restaurant. It's got to do with your business. So think about those kinds of keywords. Put them into your story. So if you need to completely rewrite your story, make sure you do that. It's going to be absolutely helpful to you. And if your website is kind of letting you down as far as SEO is concerned, definitely get it looked at. But the other thing is, you can get your Facebook or your Instagram account to start showing up on Google. I mean, how good is that going to be for your business? Think about it. It's huge. And you are most welcome for actually sharing that information with you. If that kind of thing hasn't struck you before, then I'm hoping that you're going to be putting this into effect and really helping your business fly. Now, think about other places inside of your, inside of your social media where you can use keywords. All right, so I don't know if you're aware of this. You probably are. I probably mentioned this before, but the two main customers that you need to please every time you're posting on any social media is the platform you're posting on and the people that you are hoping to aim. So your crowd, your followers, your ideal customer, your customer avatar. If you're one of those, hot words kind of person that just understands the latest kinds of words that people love to throw around like they know what they're talking about. All right, but seriously, make full use of that, okay? It's definitely going to change the way that, your pages are found inside Google, or, it is the biggest search engine, really, so you should kind of pay attention to it. But if your website, if you're one of those people that, really can't afford a really good website with fantastic SEO that's done by a really, by a professional company, then one of the other ways to do it is, okay, your website might be there, but it's kind of cheap and it's letting you down and you don't have the money to do that, to get ranked on, on Google, and you're not sure how to do that yourself. Then one of the next best things is, start getting your Facebook and your Instagram account out there. And one of the ways to do that, and one of the ways to be found on Google, is by doing that inside your stories, inside your story section, I should say, and also inside the about section. And then you can also sprinkle some of that magical, some of those magical long tail keywords or keywords inside some of your posts. Oh man, I feel like I'm dying. Well, anyway, that is pretty much all I had to share with you today. Now, I know that I haven't posted a new podcast in quite some time, and I know that it hasn't been like the longest episode, but you know what, guys? I just want to thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. I want to thank you for being with us. I want to thank you for listening. I'm hoping that you're finding this useful, and if you are, what I would love for you to do is for you to go to our Facebook page, which is Decoding Helix, a small business podcast. If you go on there, I'd love for you to, there's nothing to sign up to, really. I think there is a bit of something that you can actually sign up to, which is a mailing list. You can sign up to that if you're really keen and you want to know when the latest episodes come out, and it's a really cool thing, and I'd love for you to be able to join me like that. But the other thing is, you can follow the page. So if you're new to the podcast and you don't know that we have a Facebook page, check us out, like us, follow us, and you'll get the latest info on what's happening. So we don't just post all about the podcast. I do post some other stuff on there as well when I get time. I do run a business, by the way, so this is why I created the podcast. I wanted to kind of share my knowledge with all of you out there that are trying to create your businesses or that are feeling stuck with social media and you've been using it for years and, because of some changes that have happened, you're not really sure where to go to next. That is why I'm here. That is what I like to do. I like to help people. And I like for you guys to get some really good quality information that other people, want you to pay for. Now, don't get me wrong. I love getting paid. I absolutely love getting paid. And I love working with companies that understand the value of social media and how they can use it for their company and for their brand to just keep building and building and building and leave their competition in the dust. And there are strategies that we go over and all that kind of stuff with Helix. And I love doing it. I love meeting new people. I love coming up with all these kinds of really cool strategies that different businesses and companies can use to their advantage and really drive their stories and help people with their products. So we don't work with everybody. That is not, it's not part of my philosophy. But anyway, all that aside, whatever. I just want you guys to get some really good quality information. I want you to be able to put it into practice. I want you to be able to see some really good results out of it. And when you get happy and when a smile starts creeping on your face because of what you've heard here, and you're putting it into practice. I just want you to remember where you got the info from. And I just want you to throw me a like on that page. I want you to follow us. And, I'm hoping that this one little thing is going to lead to a really cool relationship between, our business and yours. So there you have it. That's the episode for this week. It's not long. It's quite concise. I have rambled on, even though it is quite short. And look, once again, I just want to thank you guys for doing that. Now, before I do go, I have one other thing that I'd like to say. We have a couple of different courses, a couple of different programs that we have run on Facebook. So we've created some exclusive groups on Facebook. One of these groups is to do with building a robust Facebook page. So specifically for Facebook. So if your business is on Facebook and it's kind of flailing in the wind at the moment, and you want some help, we have created that. There is a sign up that you can sign up to get a notification as to the next time that we run it. Now, it's not just about building your Facebook page, but it's got a lot of information in there, and it's got a lot of really valuable information that you're not going to be able to really pick up from anywhere else unless you pay for it. So that is what that course is focused on. And you can check that out on the Helix Facebook page. You're going to be able to see it. We've advertised that program on our page before. And it's done really well for our clients. We've actually had clients come back, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. At all. Like we've tried to keep it very inexpensive. It's a 5-day course. You can do it in your own time. And it really does drive value over to your Facebook page, and you're going to see some really cool things coming out of that. You're going to see a different crowd coming to your page, people that really want to buy from your business. You're going to see a lot of differences between what you've done before and, how the platform reacts to you once you start implementing what we teach on that course. Now, we've had our customers that have taken this, our clients that have taken this, they've come back to us and they've actually given us some very positive reviews as far as letting us know that they have followed our advice, they have implemented the changes that we spoke of on the, on the course that we ran, and they've been able to actually get sales from it. So we're talking real businesses making real money because of what they've implemented from our courses. We try and keep it very non-technical for those folks that like to just get, normal everyday language. We don't dumb things down by any means, because you need to understand what is happening to be able to, implement the right kind of stuff at the right time in the right place. And so we take you through like an almost step-by-step guide of what you need to do, what you need to implement. There's also some things that we send you by email that you can copy and paste. And man, I'm not going to go explaining too much of what you do, but basically, you can ask as many questions inside that group as possible to get a really good understanding of where your social media stands as far as your business Facebook page. And then we also have another one that we've just completed, another course that we've just completed, and that has got to do with simply posting to your social media. And this is for Instagram and Facebook. What we've noticed is a lot of businesses are not doing this correctly, and then they get frustrated over time as to why aren't my efforts being rewarded when I keep hearing that other businesses are doing so well. So the idea behind a posting course is, the title might sound plain, and if you're thrown off by that, then I apologize, and we're going to try and come up with something better maybe. So if you want to leave any suggestions as to titles, you can check out what we've done on our Helix page, what we've called our program. But basically inside that program, we really focus on the kind of posts that engage people, how to engage people, what to do, what not to do, understanding the algorithm and how that works and why you need to feed it and how you can feed it, while at the same time you are also feeding the people that are coming to your page. So your ideal clients and your followers and those people that are loyal to your brand. So there is a lot of information in there. And the reason there's a lot of information in there is because I want you to understand what is going on. I'm constantly on that group, so any questions that you leave on there, I answer them for you, so there's no holds barred. And, it really is going to change the way that you use your social media for the better. You will see the kind of results that people keep talking about. And again, these courses do not cost an arm and a leg. They each go for 5 days. Both of them focus on something very, very different to one another. And you know what? You're definitely going to see the value out of that as on day one, okay, of each course. But anyway, look, I'm going to stop rambling on about that. I know it was an ad. I absolutely apologize if you've got, offended, if you're used to listening to our podcast and me not actually rambling on about what our business does. I try not to do that very often at all, if ever. But this time around, I'm very excited at the results that we have been getting for our clients that have taken these courses. And I just wanted to share that with you in case you are feeling stuck, or in case you want to have, some value coming out of your social media if at the moment you are not. So you do have options. If you like what you're hearing, if you think that what we are doing is on point and you want to know more and you want to work with us as far as that is concerned and really get some drive behind your social media and put some power behind it, by all means, come and join us. Check out our Helix Facebook page. Our tag is Helix with 2 X's, MM. So you can find us that way on Facebook. So Helix MM, or, just randomly go and check out Helix with 2 X's and you're going to see Helix Media Management pop up. That's us. Click on it, follow us, like it. And if you don't, that's cool. Also, just a word of warning, if you do join us, on that page, but you're not very active, you don't like anything, you don't share, you don't comment, you don't contribute, periodically we do go and sweep you guys out. There is a reason behind that. I'm not going to go over it right now, but stay tuned and you might just find out. So it is another tactic that we use and it works. It works extremely well. You guys should look into it. All right. If you have any kind of questions, if you have any kind of comments, please leave them below. Leave them in the comments. Thank you again so much for listening and joining us. And I hope that you have a very good day wherever you are. Thanks again, guys. Bye.